Good evening, YouTube. This is MTP Flyers, and I wanted to go over a few of the browsers that I found on the iPad. And first off, I want to thank Larry Greenberg for this Atomic Web app, which I'm going to show you guys, and this browser duo. Good Lord. And it's recently come out as Opera Mini. Obviously, everybody knows the Safari. Everybody knows what it looks like. So we're just going to go ahead and get right into that and show you guys exactly what the deal is, and you're all pretty familiar with what's going on with that. So you have your applications and everything that you can have up top there, and you can drop right in there and go in. You have your basic, you can add your bookmarks, add a home screen, mail link to page, and whatnot. So everybody knows how that works. You have a number of spaces here for extra pages if you want to do that, and you can go ahead and add that in there. And if I want to go ahead and add another page, I can do that. It does up to 9 pages for that. So that's actually really basic. Everybody knows how that works, and we'll move on. The next thing that I was actually using the day the 4.0 came out was this browser called Browser Duo. And what this allows you to do is go through 2 browsers at once. And you guys see here, I was looking at the Engadget Live from Apple event last week. And if we go ahead and reset that, oh, I still have it on there because I was reading it the other day, my bad. If you click on the Engadget, boom, there you go. Now you notice you have the gray bar at the top here, whereas over here it is a dark blue. If you click on the dark blue and notice the tab up top changes, and we're now loading into the Gizmodo. So if we go to Gizmodo's home site, and that I believe is, no, that's Gizmodo Live. You know what we'll do? We'll go to reset that, and what we'll do is, you know what, I'll just go to gizmodo.com, and if you guys hear tapping, I actually have a keyboard tied up to my iPad, Bluetooth. I had an extra keyboard when I got my iMac, so I use that quite often when I'm typing. And as you can see here, you have your second page. Up top, you can go full screen. For the one, if you want to look at it, when you're done, you touch the blue screen up at the top. It says touch to return. If you want to click home, that'll take you to the home page. You know what, I should have realized that. That'll take you to the home page for Apple. And if you want to set a bookmark, you have there set home, add favorites, add a bookmark. So if I want to add that to a bookmark, I can, which I already have it, obviously. And if I want to flip back to the other tab, there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull you guys back here for a second and show you what this looks like in portrait. And it's pretty much the same thing, except the bar is actually in the middle. And if you notice, you have Engadget down here in gray, and then you have the Apple up top. If you just touch the screen, if you notice down here, the Apple will actually turn gray. So now all your controls down here go to Apple, and it's resetting, it's refreshing when you go into it, and boom, you're all set. If I go back down to Engadget, that will go down there, and you can have all your controls that are handled down there. So very cool. It's just a tap of the screen, takes you to where you need to go. So very nice idea. I like that. Pretty cool. I was able to watch Gizmodo and then Engadget when I was watching the 4.0 update, and it was extremely helpful. Very basic, not a whole lot to it, other than the fact that it will allow you to go through 2 pages at the same time. Almost like a tab effect, except you're actually looking at both pages. You lose your real estate a little bit when you're going through there, but that's up to you. If that's important to you, then this may not necessarily be the app for you. If you're someone that likes to go through a couple different things like I do and just skim through some stuff, that's a good way to go through it. And that's pretty much it. I mean, what else do you really need to know about a browser? So let's go ahead and reset this, and we'll move on to Opera Mini. Now, I just watched a video today from Soldier Knows Best. I was going to give him a shout out, not that he needs it, but from what I understand, Opera Mini is pretty much just an iPhone app. And I pulled it over here on the iPad to check it out. Back to what Mark was saying, there is apparently a potential for a security breach because the way that this server works, or this Opera Mini works, it actually contacts a server over in Europe somewhere. And what ends up happening is when you click on this site to go over there and it loads up, they actually have their sites preloaded. So it goes to contact, and notice how fast it moves to do that. The security concern with this is your personal information being sent over. I'm going to throw Mark's link in the sidebar. You can go ahead and check that out. He did a really great job explaining that. So I want to give him some props on that, and just, you know, you guys checked his video out. He did a really good job on it today. And like I said, I'll throw the link over there in the sidebar, or over there, wherever the heck is. Actually, it's downstairs now. So I just want to show you guys a little bit of how this web browser works. And it's actually really cool because it will allow you to have a number of pages ready to go. Now you can save these. I save Google on here and the YouTube. And of course, being an iPhone app, it looks a little pixelated when you're opening that up. However, you can go in and you can tap a page that you want to look at. Once that loads up, you can go ahead and go into it, and then you're pretty much just looking at your information for YouTube. And whatever video you want to look at, you go and do your thing. Of course, that's loading and it's freezing on me, so there you go. And if you want to get back to the main page, you can just go ahead and close this, what you're looking at, and that'll close it, that will close it, and that will close it, and that will take you to your main page. If you want to open up another browser, if you hold that down, you can add, and then you can pretty much just add whatever information that you want. I was going to get my Google AdSense stuff, my YouTube, the weather, which already has a shortcut on there, the AccuWeather, but you can add it down there. You can add that in there. So, can you go more than the 10 they have here? I haven't tried. So, you guys get the idea on how that works. Drop that in. And if you want to do any of the settings, you can have bookmarks, check your history, the start pages, save pages, and settings, which will take you into your loading images on, image quality high, font size is small, mobile view off, full screen off, Opera link off, privacy. Take a look at the privacy. Remember, passwords, accept cookies, clear history, and basically any browser, you know, that you have now to basically get rid of your information. They do have advanced settings, which I have no idea what that means. I'll be the first to admit it. And that's pretty much it. And what else did we have in there? We also had a help page, which will let you go through and learn more about Opera Mini. But let's be honest, it's just the basic things that you need to know. You can refresh a page when you're in there. It's loading up, takes you in. If you want to refresh the page, something's weird going on, you can go ahead and do the same thing. Except it being up here, it's actually down here. You've got a Google search window over the side, and blah, blah, blah. So, technically for an iPhone, you can see it's a little pixelated, albeit the same. Opera apparently is a very popular browser among BlackBerry users and mobile Windows users. The next one, Atomic Web, which Larry Greenberg mentioned today in Twitter, so everyone must go out and get. This is it reminds me a little bit of Safari, and what that basically allows you to do is have tabs. Now, the one thing that I noticed checking this out today is you can actually set up your tabs on here, and I did YouTube, I did, just for testing it out, I did Engadget, and I guess it didn't help that I had my hand in front of that, did it? And Google. So what I actually was able to do with that, to load that up, is when you go down here into settings, you can actually enable, where is it at? Go into settings right here down at the bottom, and you can do startup screen. Now the only problem with that is, you notice I'm using my pointer, you do have to press a little hard with this. If you want to do home page, it'll do 1. Last page viewed, it will be the last page you looked at. Last session, open all tabs. That's what I have right now. Unfortunately, if I were to go in and change this page, let's say we go to Google, I'll go into Crunch Gear. if I go into that and then I close this and then come back in, it's not going to save my Google page. It's actually going to save Crunch Gear. Oh, and it's making a liar out of me. I apologize. That's the home page. I'm sorry. If I were to go over here to this page for Engadget and I were to change that to, let me just go to back to Google and do something else. Here we go. Let's do this. Tap, select all, cut, www. Let's go to Gizmodo. Really? Is that really what you're going to do to me? Okay, hold on here. We're going to stop this. There we go. That was my fault. It was actually loading up, and it was continuing trying to load. So, I apologize. So if you go to Gizmodo, and you're looking around, okay, you're done. You go out to do something else. When you go back in there, it's going to load up Gizmodo. It's not going to load up Engadget. So the first page being the home page will always load up as Google. However, your other pages don't allow you to do that. If anyone out there knows how to set that up, please go ahead and comment below. I tried to look through the settings and whatnot. They do have a lot of different settings that I'm going to try out. You can do full screen, and numbers will actually allow you to set up what you want to do as far as your full screen buttons, the numbers. I don't know how exactly that's going to help you unless you have a keyboard. I guess you can pull the keyboard up. I'm sorry. They do have multi-touch tabs. Switch to previous is a 2-finger left swipe. 2-finger right swipe will switch to the next tab. 2-finger up swipe will go back to your home page. To delete tabs, the current tabs, 2-finger swipe down. 3-finger tap will exit the full screen. So that's actually pretty neat. So it refers to a kind of an iPhone-esque type of browser. So it's actually pretty cool. I haven't tried a whole lot with this yet, but I was already thinking about doing something for that Duo browser, and then I saw this today from Larry, so I thought it was really cool to check out. So let's go ahead and change the browser. You can actually change the color theme down there to different colors. So that's actually pretty cool. That chocolate looks real official, doesn't it? So I'll go ahead and close that out, and hopefully look at that. That's a real nice color up there at the top. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So you can go ahead and add favorites in there, and that will bring up your history, your bookmarks, and everything that you have. You can edit your save pages and all that good stuff. You tap the home button to go back home, and you're all set. Now, as far as going to a full screen, you can get rid of your bars up top and down below. They do have a sort of a floating bar down here, and you can get off of that. Oh God, here come the comments. You can exit the full screen by simply tapping that, or you can do a 3-finger tap and that gets rid of it. So that's actually pretty cool. That's the one thing I saw going into that. If you want to get rid of all the pages, the tabs up top, you have a little tab selection down here at the bottom, which is right down here, and you can go ahead and just tap on that, and that will bring your tabs up if you want a little bit more room. So that's what I've gotten so far with these browsers. With anything, be careful using it. I didn't realize that with the Opera Mini. And just be careful when you're using any of that stuff. I'm glad I saw Mark's video today. So go ahead and check that out on his information. Take it for what it's worth. You know, I mean, you use this stuff every day. We all use this stuff every day. Whatever you feel comfortable with. And of course, you have the good old faithful Safari, which I think still does a great job. But those are the 4 that I'm using. The Duo browser, I believe, is 99 cents. The Opera Mini is free. The Atomic Web is 99 cents on the App Store. I'll double check the price on that Duo browser. I think it was 99 cents. It might have been a little bit more. I'll go ahead and throw right now what the price is, see if it matched up, and we'll go on from there. So guys, this is MTP Flyers with a review of just some of the browsers that are available on the iPad. And we'll be back with some more stuff. You guys take it easy. And oh, before I let you guys go, I don't know if you all can see this, but this is 48 hours after I did my screen shield install with the bodyguards. And let me go ahead and polish the screen off a little bit here, and you can see where I did my stupid mistakes of folding the screen halfway down the middle. And some people were questioning me spraying on the screen. Obviously you want to be careful. I was getting overzealous putting a whole bunch of spray on there, but you know, I don't think it's going to kill it if you have the screen off or the device off when you're doing it. But whatever, you know. I went back and I watched the Bodyguards installation. There's my stupid crease right there in the middle. But everywhere else seems to look pretty good. It's a little bit more dry and that probably needs to be done because I put more on there than probably should have. Hello, everybody. So take it for what it's worth. You know, I still think it's a very good product. And if done properly, maybe I won't spray the screen next time. So we'll try it from there, and I'll go again. I've got other screen shields that I want to try out, and I'm waiting for the anti-glare from an OU product. So I've talked long enough. Guys, thank you very, very much, and you have a great night, and I'll talk to you later. See ya!